Alright, today I'm going to show you how to build a car wash from zero. Not the version people daydream about, the real one. Every number, every permit, and every mistake that closes these places in year one. In the order you actually have to do it, this is where it starts. An empty lot. A car wash does not sell washes, it sells a monthly membership, and the soap is just the advertising that gets people to sign up. The customer who pays $30 a month and shows up twice is the entire business. Everyone else is only marketing spend. I will walk you through 4 models: entry costs, permits, unit economics, break even, and the first 90 days after you open. By the end, you will know how much land you need, how many cars per hour, and how many members keep it alive. Every number here is a United States range, not a promise. Your city, your land, and your water bill will move all of them. No motivation, just numbers in the order you actually need them. First, why most of these places close inside the first year. 5 reasons they close. None of them is bad soap. All 5 are decisions made months before the first car ever arrived. 1. Not enough traffic. You want 25,000 vehicles a day passing the lot. 20,000 is the floor, not the goal. 2. Nowhere to stack cars. The line backs onto the street. The city writes you up, and your best Saturday becomes a legal problem. 3. Permits, sewer discharge, stormwater, an oil and sand separator, a curb cut. 6 to 18 months before anyone breaks ground. 4. No cash left after construction, the tunnel opens. Nobody knows you exist, and there's nothing left to survive the ramp up. 5. Selling single washes. You built a machine that only pays when it is busy, then hoped strangers would show up on rainy days. Now the paradox. The soap on one car costs you around 30 cents. You charge $10. That is 97% gross margin. And the site still loses money. The cost is not the soap. It is the land, the loan, the building, and the crew. Your tunnel costs the same whether one car goes through today or 800. Every empty hour is gone and it never comes back. Same trap as the barbershop. A $35 haircut with $2 of product still loses money if that chair sits empty. So stop counting cars. Count cars per hour of capacity and count how many of those hours you actually manage to fill. There are 4 ways to wash cars for money. 4 different businesses with 4 different customers. Pick the wrong one and nothing else helps. 1. Self-serve. 4 to 6 open bays, a coin box, a wand, no staff. The customer does all of the work.
Cheapest real entry. With land, 4 bays run $500,000 to $1.5 million, almost no payroll at all.
About 4 cars per bay per hour, and the weather owns you. A rainy week is a dead week with no membership to cushion it. 2. In-bay automatic. 1 machine, 1 bay. The car parks and the arch moves around it, usually bolted onto a fuel station. Equipment runs $150,000 to $350,000. It runs with nobody on site. That is the appeal and the trap. 8 to 12 cars an hour is the hard ceiling. On a Saturday, the line forms and everyone behind the 4th car drives away. 3. Express exterior tunnel. A conveyor pulls the car through. Free vacuums outside. Unlimited monthly memberships. This is the industry standard today. Turnkey. With land and construction, $3 to $7 million. The tunnel equipment by itself is $1 to $2 million of that. But it moves 80 to 150 cars an hour at peak. A healthy site washes 5 to 12,000 cars monthly. 4. Hand wash and detailing. $5 to $20,000 to start. You're selling your own hours, so it never really scales. Do it anyway for 6 months. It is the cheapest way to learn whether your town wants this before you spend $3 million. Express 1 on the membership. Money arrives every month, rain or shine, and the machine gets cheaper per car the busier you keep it. Let us take 1 car through the tunnel and follow every cent. This is the number most owners have never actually written down. Single wash ticket, $8 to $12. Call it 10. That is the number on the sign, and almost nobody pays it twice. Chemistry per car, 15 to 60 cents. Soap, pre-soak, wax, drying agent. 60 cents only if you pour the expensive package. Water and sewer, 20 to 40 cents per car. A tunnel uses 30 to 50 fresh gallons, and sewer often costs more than water. Electricity, another 20 to 40 cents. Motors, blowers, and the vacuum system run all day, whether cars arrive or they do not. Card processing, about 3% on a $10 wash, that is 30 cents, and it comes off every membership charge as well. Labor is not per car, it is per shift. 2 to 4 people at $12 to $16 an hour, busy or empty. Add it up, roughly $1 of variable cost against a $10 wash. Over 80% contribution margin. Now, here's the trap. That margin says nothing about profit. Your mortgage, insurance, power bill, and crew do not care how many cars actually showed up. The real unit is 1 hour of tunnel capacity at 100 cars an hour. An empty hour throws away $1,000. You will never fill every hour. Nobody does. A good site runs hard 4 hours on Saturday and coasts through most of the week. So you need revenue that arrives whether the car does or not. That is the membership, and that is why Express beat everything else. Write this down. You're not selling clean cars, you're renting capacity. And the membership is how you sell that capacity in advance. One more line before we get there. Damage claims, mirrors, antennas, trim, $200 to $800 a month at a busy site. Buy a garage keeper's policy. General liability does not cover a customer car while your own conveyor is holding it. Owners learn this expensively. Here is the core of the entire business. Unlimited monthly membership, $20 to $35. Most sites land right around $25. The customer signs up believing they will come 8 times a month. They picture a clean car every week. That belief is what sells. In reality, the average member comes 2 to 3 times a month. The gap between what they expect and what they do is your margin. At $25 over 2.5 visits, you still net 10 per wash. The difference is the money arrived on the first. Now the number that decides everything, churn. 8 to 12% of your members cancel every single month, and it never stops. 10% monthly churn turns your entire member base over inside a year. You're filling a bucket that leaks the whole time. So membership selling is not a launch campaign. It is a permanent job. Every shift, every car, somebody has to be asking. Target penetration is 50 to 70% of 10 cars washed. 6 or 7 belong to members. Below 40%, you are fragile. This is also your weather insurance. A week of rain kills single wash revenue completely. Membership charges post anyway on the same day. Memberships only work with automatic plate recognition. Without it, the lane stops at every car and your throughput drops by half immediately. 10 extra seconds per car at 100 cars an hour costs 17 minutes of capacity every hour. That is your whole lunch rush. So model this business on active members and churn, not on cars. Cars are the output. Members are the product you're actually selling. Now the money going out. I will build an express tunnel budget line by line, because that is what you will most likely build. Land first, 1 to 1.5 acres, in a decent suburban trade area that runs $500,000 to $2 million. Get this wrong, and nothing else matters. We spend a whole section on it later, because location is the only decision you cannot undo. Site work, grading, paving, drainage, utilities, $400,000 to $1 million, and this is the line that always runs over budget. The building shell, a 100 to 130-foot tunnel, $600,000 to $1.5 million. Tunnel equipment, conveyor, arches, brushes, dryers, reclaim, controls $1 to $2 million. This is the machine you're actually buying. Cheap equipment is the most expensive mistake here. Every hour the tunnel is down, you refund members, and they remember that at renewal. Free vacuums, 20 to 30 stalls. Central system or individual units, $60,000 to $200,000 installed with the canopies. Free is not generosity. Vacuums keep members on site, justify the price, and give a family a reason to pick you over cheaper competitors. Water reclaim, $30,000 to $80,000. It cuts water and sewer bills 30 to 50%, and your city may require it anyway. Point of sale, membership billing, plate recognition, gate control, $20,000 to $60,000 up front, and a monthly software fee forever after. Signage and a pole sign, $30,000 to $150,000, and the city will argue with you about the height of it. Then the line everyone skips, 6 months of operating reserve, $150,000 to $300,000 that you do not spend. Total, $3 to $7 million turnkey. If your number came in under 3, you forgot something, usually site work or the reserve. Nobody writes a $3 million check from savings. Here's how these actually get funded and what each option really costs you. The standard tool is an SBA 7A or 504 loan, 10 to 20% down over 10 to 25 years. The bank wants a feasibility study, a traffic count, permits in hand, and a personal guarantee on everything you own. Expect all of it. An equity partner brings cash and takes half your upside forever. Cheap on day 1. Brutal in year 7 when the site prints money. Equipment leasing covers the tunnel itself. Higher total cost, but it preserves cash for the reserve, and the machine is its own collateral. Some owners lease the land instead of buying. That cuts your entry by $1 million or more and caps your exit value just as hard. Whatever you choose, debt service should stay under 20% of projected revenue. Above 30 and one slow quarter takes the whole site. Model year 1 at half your target volume. If it survives at half, the loan is safe. If it does not, shrink the build. And if the numbers only work at perfect occupancy, walk away. That site has already told you exactly how the story is going to end. Now the decision you cannot undo. Sit at the site for 2 hours on a Tuesday, then again on a Saturday afternoon. Count. Minimum 20,000 vehicles per day. Past the lot, 25,000 is comfortable. Below 15,000, no marketing budget will fix it. Raw count lies though. What matters is how many of those drivers can physically turn in without crossing 3 lanes of angry traffic. Put yourself on the going home side of the road. People wash cars on the way home, almost never on the way to work. The curb cut is a permit, not a given. The transportation department can deny your entrance completely, and there is no appeal that works. Stacking space. You need room for at least 8 cars waiting inside your own property. 10 is better. This single line kills sites constantly. If the queue reaches the street, the city can pull your use permit. Your best day becomes the day you lose the business. 1 to 1.5 acres. Under 3/4 of an acre, you cannot fit the tunnel, the stack, and the vacuum lot. Rectangular beats square. You want a long straight run for the tunnel. Entrance at one end, exit at the other, traffic flowing one way. Good neighbors are grocery stores, fuel stations, drive-thrus, and big box retail. You want traffic that already stops in this parking lot. Bad neighbors are houses. Residential next door means noise complaints, hearing nights, and blower restrictions that quietly cut your operating hours. 2 express tunnels within a mile is not automatically bad. It proves demand. 4 within a mile means the membership war is already over. Stand on the lot at 5 in the evening. If nobody is driving past while you stand there, no traffic study will save you. This section separates a car wash from a coffee shop. Skip it, and you will lose the deposit, the land, and 18 months.
Zoning first. Most cities treat a car wash as a conditional use, not a permitted use. That means a public hearing and a vote.
Neighbors show up to that hearing. They talk about noise, lights, and traffic. Councils have killed approved sites over a dozen angry residents. Never buy land before entitlement. Buy an option, or write the purchase contingent on approval. People lose everything on exactly this one line. Second, sewer discharge. You're sending soap, oil, and road grime into the public system. That needs a permit and often a monthly fee. You will need a sand and oil separator, $10,000 to $30,000 installed, plus a documented schedule for pumping and hauling the sludge. Third, stormwater. Every square foot of pavement you add must be handled on site. Detention basins eat land you assumed was buildable. Fourth, reclaim. Many cities now require water recycling before approving the discharge permit. Budget it as a requirement, not as an upgrade. Fifth, the curb cut. State or county roads mean a separate access permit, often with a turn lane you have to build yourself. That turn lane can cost $100,000 to $400,000, and it is almost never in the first version of the budget. Total timeline, 6 to 18 months before a shovel moves, then 8 to 12 months of construction. Plan for 2 years, not 1. Hire a local civil engineer before anyone else. Their fee is nothing next to 1 denied hearing and 1 completely wasted year. Equipment. You're choosing a manufacturer for 15 years, not buying a machine. Service response time matters more than any specification sheet. 2 families, friction meaning soft cloth touches the paint. It cleans better, costs less to run, and scares customers who fear scratches. Touch-free uses high pressure and stronger chemistry, gentler on paint, worse on road film, and your chemical cost per car roughly doubles. Most modern tunnels are hybrid. Touch-free chemistry at the front, soft cloth in the middle. In practice, the argument mostly disappears. Dryers are where cheap builds show. Weak blowers mean spotted cars, and a spotted car is the most common reason a member cancels. Controls and tunnel software decide throughput. A good controller spaces cars tighter and adds 10 to 20 cars an hour for no extra cost. Ask every manufacturer one question. How far away is your nearest technician? If the answer is more than 3 hours, walk away. Budget maintenance as a fixed line, $3,000 to $8,000 a month. Bearings, belts, cloth, conveyor. It is a conveyor. It breaks. Chemistry suppliers offer free equipment for a multi-year supply contract. That free arch costs you double on soap for the next 5 years. Buy chemistry on cost per finished car, not price per drum. Ask every vendor for that number and make them show the dilution. One more rule. Visit 3 operating sites running the equipment you want, and talk to those owners on a Monday when nobody is buying. Layout is half the business. Cars flow one direction, never cross, and never stop moving from the entrance, all the way to the exit. Entry first. One clear entrance, visible from the road, with pay lanes far enough inside that a queue never touches the public street. Then the stack. Room for 8 to 10 cars between the entrance and the pay station. This is the most valuable pavement you own. 2 or 3 pay lanes, never 1. 1 lane means a single confused customer stops your whole tunnel for 90 seconds during peak hour. Loading is where throughput is won. A good loader puts a car on the conveyor every 18 to 22 seconds all day long. Vacuums go after the exit, never before. 20 to 30 stalls and make them visible from the road because free vacuums are the signal. Exit onto a different street if you can. Cars leaving through the entrance is how a busy Saturday becomes a locked parking lot. Leave a real equipment room. Technicians need space, and a cramped room turns a 2-hour repair into a full day of closed doors. Walk your own layout as a customer before you pour concrete. Every awkward turn you find on paper costs you cars every single day. Menu design, 3 tiers, never 5. Basic, middle, top. 5 options make people freeze and then pick the cheapest one out of confusion. Basic $8 to $10, middle $12 to $15, top $18 to $25. Middle is where most single wash buyers actually land. The top tier exists to make the middle look reasonable. Ceramic, hot wax, tire shine, and about 40 cents of extra chemistry. Everything above basic is chemistry and dwell time. The car spends the same seconds in the tunnel either way, so margin climbs with price. Memberships mirror the tiers, $20, $27, $35. Price the top membership at roughly twice your top single wash ticket. Never discount the membership itself. Discount the first month instead. A permanent price cut destroys the value for every member you already have. Real upsells happen at the pay lane. Tire shine, rain repellent, undercarriage, $2 to $4 each at nearly 90% margin. But the only upsell that matters is the membership. Say it out loud. 2 washes cost $20, unlimited costs $25. Done. Raise prices once a year, $1 or $2. Everyone does it, almost nobody cancels, and it is the cheapest profit you will ever find. Staffing. An express tunnel runs on 2 to 4 people per shift, a loader, a greeter selling memberships, and someone working the lot. $12 to $16 an hour in most markets. Payroll lands at 15 to 25% of revenue at a healthy site. The loader is your most valuable employee. A good one adds 20 cars an hour. Pay that person above market and keep them there. Turnover in this industry runs past 100% a year. Assume it. Build training that a new person can finish in 2 days. Write down every process, opening, closing, chemical checks, tunnel restart, not for compliance, so that a busy Saturday never depends on one person. You need a real manager by month 3. If you're still loading cars yourself in month 6, you bought a job, not a business. Pay that manager on membership growth and net churn, not on wash count. You get exactly the behavior that you choose to measure. Let the crew settle small damage claims on the spot. An argued mirror costs you a member worth $300 a year. Opening day. Do not run a grand opening. Open quietly for 2 weeks, and let the crew break the tunnel on low volume instead. You will find every problem in those weeks: a loading gap, a dryer setting, a jammed lane. Find them at 40 cars, not 400. Then give washes away for 3 days. Every free car is a membership conversation, and it fills the tunnel while the crew learns speed. Sell memberships from the very first car. Not after launch, not once volume settles. Your first 300 members are your entire first year. Claim the Google business listing before you open. Photos, hours, and the exact entrance. Half your first customers will find you right there. Ask for reviews in person, at the exit on good days. Going from 10 reviews to 100 moves more cars than any billboard. Walk to every business within 1 mile. Fleet accounts and staff memberships are the cheapest volume you will ever buy, and they rarely churn. Skip radio, skip print, spend on a clean pole sign, a good listing, and a person at the pay lane who actually asks every time. Your goal for month 1 is not profit. It is 300 active members and a tunnel that never broke down on a Saturday. First 90 days. 5 numbers, checked every Monday morning, not monthly. Monthly is how you learn about a problem far too late. 1. Active members, not sign-ups. Active paying members after cancellations. That single number is the health of this entire business. 2. Monthly churn. Under 8% is good. Over 12 means something is wrong with your wash quality or with your dryers. 3 cars per day, split into member cars and single wash cars. You want that member share climbing every week towards 60%. 4. Labor as a percentage of revenue. Drift above 30% and you're either overstaffed or the volume simply never arrived. 5. Tunnel downtime in minutes. Track it obsessively. Every closed hour on a Saturday costs $1,000 and a few members. Put all 5 on a board in the equipment room. The crew should see them. What everyone watches is what actually gets fixed. Also, stand at the exit for 1 hour a week and look at cars leaving. Wet spots and missed rocker panels cancel memberships quietly. 90 days in, you should know your real capacity, your real churn, and whether this site works. Everything after that is just repetition. Scaling. The second site is where this becomes a real business. Same equipment, same processes, and a manager you have already trained. Build within 15 minutes of the first. Members use both. Your crew covers both, and one technician serves 2 sets of equipment. But do not build until the first has run 12 months above break even with churn under 10%. Most people jump far too early. 3 rules to close. Rule 1. The membership is the business. Every decision should push member count up or push churn down. If a promotion sells 1,000 single washes and no memberships, it lost you money. Volume without members is just wear on your equipment. Rule 2. You're renting capacity, not selling soap. The tunnel costs the same at 9 on Tuesday as at noon on Saturday. So price and market to fill the dead hours. Early morning member pricing, weekday deals, fleet accounts, those hours are already paid for. Rule 3. Maintenance is a fixed cost, not a repair budget. Schedule it weekly. A conveyor that stops is a business that stops. The owners who survive are boring about this. They change cloth on schedule. They check the dryers, and they never miss a Saturday. That is the whole model. Land, permits, throughput, members in that order. Everything else is a detail you can fix after you open. Quick disclaimer, this is general education, not financial or legal advice. Verify every number with your own city, your own bank, your own engineer. Every market is different. These ranges are typical for the United States, and they will move with your land, your water, and your labor. Next episode, we build a bakery. Different business, same disease, enormous margin on one loaf, and an oven that has to run anyway. Subscribe if you want the rest of the series. Next time, we start from zero again. Thanks for watching, and go count some traffic.